Hello everyone, today we're talking about Apex Legends, and if you know me, and if you know the history of the channel, I have talked about how much I really dislike Fortnite, and when I say dislike, I mean I genuinely just don't like the game, and I think it's really, really bad, and I thought it was overhyped. And then, of course, if you saw my video about, COD is dead and whatever, and how I refuse to buy another Call of Duty game, especially now with the leaks and stuff, and I just don't really believe it. I've come out with Modern Warfare 4, not that they're bad or anything. It's just like that all just seems like so obvious, just to entice people to buy the game and increase sales, and it's really scummy in my mind. But we're not here to talk about leaks for Call of Duty. We're here to talk about Apex Legends and how I truly believe that this is the best battle royale. Some people are going to disagree with me, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. You probably have more knowledge of me of Battle Royale regardless anyways, because honestly, I think Battle Royale is a really overhyped and just a really overhyped genre for video games. I just don't think it's very exciting, and that was like the main part that I didn't like about Blackout nor Fortnite. It just seems so uneventful. It all seems very boring, monotonous. Most of the game, whenever you're playing, it all just seems like for some reason you're in one area for like 15 to 20 fucking minutes for like the mid game. Like after the early parts, you maybe get like a kill or two, and then you're just like zooming in to like wherever the fucking circle is, like circling in, right? Like towards the middle of the map, towards one of the edges of the map. I just think the entirety of the mid game is just so boring and monotonous. I hate, traversing the map just to stay in the circle and stuff. That all just seems so boring to me. But with Apex Legends, I don't really enjoy the game because like I explained how much I don't really like Battle Royale. It has the same problems, but at least I can say that it actually feels like it's a completed game. At least I can say that if I played this game with a couple of friends, probably I would probably really enjoy it, because I'm obviously playing with my friends. With Fortnite, when I made my video, like doing like my quote review for the game, basically just talking about like why I don't think it's that good of a game. I was playing with a friend, like one of my best friends that lives literally down the street from me. I was in the game with him, and we were playing, and I was like fucking around, just not even really giving a shit about what was going on the entirety of the game. I wasn't really even paying attention, and then just it was so boring. It was so boring. Like not only did we like on a very rare occasions run into like very little people and like the whole entirety of the map, it was just so boring. It was so boring. Like the building mechanics I think are absolutely awful. I hate the building mechanics. I thought that was the worst thing to ever introduce into Fortnite because people are going to say like, oh no, that's just part of the skill gap. I don't think building a fucking wall and like a 20-foot story tower in the middle of a goddamn field is a skill gap. I really just don't believe that. And like overall, it never felt like it was a completed game. It still felt like it was, early access. It still felt like it was a beta because it still suffered through a lot of problems, and it still suffers through a lot of problems as of today when it's like newer seasons. It never felt like a completed game. Blackout, we're not going to talk about Blackout. It's a non-finished game with a non-finished fucking multiplayer and zombies. The entirety of the $60 worth of content that you get is basically the equivalent of dog shit. It all means nothing. There's basically no content whenever there is content, and they nickel and dime you with fucking reticles in the multiplayer for like a dot on your fucking screen for $1. Fuck that game. Fuck Call of Duty. Fuck Activision. I've refused to talk about Blackout any further than that. It doesn't feel completed. It's not entertaining. Suffers through all the problems of Battle Royale. Apex Legends though, it has a lot more to it. It's your basic, battle royale such as like PUBG and Fortnite, where you like drop down from like a helicopter or like a plane or whatever, or in this case with Fortnite, a bus. You drop down into a circle, you get your loot, and then you shoot people, and then eventually you have to move into like a certain point in the map because the circle or like the death barrier or whatever, wherever you want to call it, in Apex Legends, like it closes in and you have to go towards a certain part of the map in order to still survive. But it's a much more entertaining because not only is it made by Respawn Entertainment, and for those of you who don't know, Respawn Entertainment, a lot of those employees who do work there, they made Titanfall, but previously before that, they made some of the best Call of Duty games of all time, such as Modern Warfare 2, rather. I was about to say Modern Warfare 4 for some reason, but Modern Warfare 2. They made Modern Warfare 2. I love Modern Warfare 2. This is an amazing Call of Duty game. And Titanfall and Titanfall 2 were actually really fun. Respawn Entertainment, made those games, and then they went into their hands of making Battle Royale, which shouldn't be surprised because I think Titanfall is actually owned by EA. I'm actually gonna look it up really quick. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, EA. EA owns Titanfall, the Titanfall series, with Titanfall 1 and 2, and it's no surprise that EA wants to push a free-to-play, like Battle Royale, such as Fortnite, but not Titanfall, I'm sorry, Apex Legends has, a lot of the mechanics that were in Titanfall, except like the boost jumps and like the mechs and stuff, but it's so much more engaging. It's so much more, I guess, interactive. It's less fucking boring. Like the abilities that you have, like the size of the map, the stuff that happens, the fact that in this team based like squad like game mode. So far, it's only squads, but like in this, in this battle royale, you actually have a chance of being able to fucking respawn. That was like one of the most worst parts about Battle Royale, in my opinion, of course, was obviously there were times where you die and you can't fucking respawn. And of course, obviously that makes sense, in like Blackout, you're not gonna respawn because that's not really like robots, even though you play as a fucking robot depending on your skin. The same thing with Fortnite, and it's the same thing with PUBG and such other battle royales. But with this game, I don't know. Like I've seen other people talk about it too, and a lot of other people like the idea of being able to respawn into the game. And I think that's because they don't like sitting there for like 15, 20 fucking minutes just so they can see their team get a fucking victory royale or whatever. And it's so uneventful just to just sit there on your phone, fucking twiddling your dumb thumbs. I almost said thumbs. Thumbs. Just basically just don't do anything. You're not doing anything. It doesn't feel engaging. You're not having fun as you're playing. With Apex Legends, you're able to do that. With Apex Legends, you have an opportunity to be able to get a chance to spawn back in because of your teammates, and that's just so much more eventful. That's so much more fun, and in my opinion, it can actually flow the game much more fluently with a lot more action that's going on screen. You feel like you're actually doing something instead of just sitting there in the middle of a fucking field or like a building or whatever, and you're just waiting for someone to drop on into the building or whatever, just pass by or whatever. You're not sitting in one area. You're just you have to move around because you don't know if you're gonna kill someone who's in a squad and then they can come back in, and then their squad is gonna go to where your squad is, and then you have to fight against each other. And that option, it could be strategical. It could be you have to put more thought in it besides building a 15 fucking foot story building in Fortnite, and then Blackout and then Blackout's just doing what Blackout does, and then PUBG does whatever fucking PUBG does. It's so much more engaging. It's so much more eventful, and I feel like I'm having more fun that way with Apex Legends instead of something like Fortnite, where it doesn't feel like anything's really happening like 95% of the fucking game, and that's just how it is. I just wanted to talk about Apex Legends like really quick in this video because I don't know. I kind of just wanted to talk about it because it was like the first like battle royale game where I can see myself potentially playing more if I really gave a shit and I liked battle royale, but I don't really like battle royale. I think it's a boring genre, and I feel like people are playing it for literally no reason. I feel like they don't really enjoy it. I feel like streamers aren't really enjoying Fortnite anymore. Now they have Apex Legends, and it's so much more fun, and you can see it. You can see in like their reactions to what's going on in the game. You can see that they're much more, they're having much more fun playing the game with Apex Legends. With Fortnite, it just feels like they're playing it because it's like it's the biggest game. Everyone's talking about Fortnite. Everyone's talking about this, that, and the other, and it's just like, well, that's fucking stupid. I just wanted to talk about Apex Legends really quick because it feels like this is like the first battle royale game that actually feels like it's finished. This feels like a finished product. It feels like Respawn Entertainment, put a lot of hard work into it, and I gotta give them a round of applause for doing so. It's a fun game whenever it can be, but I personally just don't have fun with it. Maybe like sometime in the near future, maybe I'll play with my friends with the game. I don't know. It probably won't happen, but it's whatever. I want to talk about Apex Legends, and there you go. Those are my thoughts. Anyways, if you did enjoy the video for whatever reason, leave a like. And if you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this. So I can see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.